Another day, another overview. Hello, it's me, Everylead, and today we will be tackling the band HINTO. The story starts with Sparta Locals, a post-punk band that saw fame in the early 2000s, and the loss of its metaphorical legs. In 2003, the band signed with Universal. In 2006, their original drummer departed from the band to later be replaced in 2007. In 2008, they signed onto Daizawa Records and released their quote-unquote last album. In 2009, the band officially disbanded. Wow, what a story! If you want to learn more about Sparta Locals, I made 2 videos about them you can find in the description. Oh no, I forgot to talk about HINTO! Okay, let's flash forward to 2010. Kosei Abe and Shinichi Ito, the vocalist and lead guitarist of Sparta Locals, recruited Masahiro Hishitani to be the drummer of their new band. Masahiro Beats Hishitani was originally from the Japanese band High Voltage. To play bass, they recruited Tabasa Hayashi from the band Scarlet. From what I can gather, Tabasa played bass from 2010 to 2012. She was replaced by Mitsuhiro Abe, the bassist of Sparta Locals, and brother of Kosei Abe. Together, these folks created HINTO, a band with a more focused and whimsical sound than the post-punk of their previous stint. In December 2010, HINTO released their first EP named Chain Summer. Chain Summer is a nice middle ground between Sparta Locals and HINTO. The songs keep a punchy and energetic anatomy while leaving room for their lead guitar to take an even more substantive role in the composition. I really enjoy the first 3 songs on the EP. If you want something slower, I would suggest listening to Bubble Na Love. Keep in mind that this EP does not exemplify the fully formed identity that HINTO has established in later albums, so I would recommend you don't use this EP as a litmus test for your enjoyment of the band. Chain Summer has 2 versions, the blue back and the yellow back, each containing a different bonus song. Shiranai Machi is the blue back bonus song and has an accompanying music video. In June 2012, HINTO released their first full-length album, ShiCC. ShiCC takes a more simplistic and direct approach to Japanese rock. The production is a lot more focused, removing almost all the grunge that the members of the band are known for. The songwriting is a major plus when coming into the album. The opening track, Nukiuchi Hanabi, kicks some serious butt and models the dynamic nature of HINTO's songs. It smoothly glides through the tight melodies and fast licks. The first few seconds of Super Spy sound fairly bland, but the more and more the song builds on itself, the more sublime. Aun is pretty chill, and I don't mind it slowing down the album just a little. Bait-san switches up its tone from chorus to verse, changing the lead to sound more plucky and cheery. Warikiranai is a wonderfully fast-paced bop, utilizing the bass as the intro's focal point. Beach is so fun that I taught myself how to play it on bass. Songs 1 through 7 are an amazing chunk of HINTO's catalog, but we still have 6 more songs to go. My main issue with ShiCC is its length. If I were being honest, I'd just cut out the songs 8 through 11. Urahara and Vacancies are slower songs, which some may enjoy, however, I prefer to keep the excitement up. Tokimeki Dry is one of the band's most popular songs, even being a pickup in the album. I use the term pickup to describe a song that tries to build energy at the tail end of an album. Tokimeki Dry isn't a bad song per se, but I find it to be less impressive than most other songs on the album. School Horse exists in a slightly different style than the rest of the album, and Nigeru kicks things back into gear. Himawari Batake is an amazing closer to the album, with notable chorus vocals from Abe. ShiCC recently passed its 10-year anniversary, and me and my friend Zach were lucky enough to catch their concert livestream. I would consider ShiCC to be my favorite album of the bunch, despite fans favoring their 2014 album over this one. It's a little long and doesn't stand out as much as their later work, but no one can really argue that their core appeal rests on these songs. In July 2014, HINTO released their second album, Nervous Party. Nervous Party has a more diverse set of songs. The guitar distortion is more wonky, and the song lineup feels less restrictive. I would describe the first track, Kanashimi Update, as a better version of Tokimeki Dry. They both have a light, dancey feel, but Kanashimi Update makes good use of its groovy guitar pedals. Ai no Ato displays my love for backing vocals. Seasonal is my favorite of their slower songs. Enemy uses its vocals and endlessly repeating guitar lick to build tension, slowly adding the rhythm guitar and backing vocals until that climactic breakdown. Waterland is also so groovy that the vocal melody was stuck in my head for an entire afternoon. Hanbun Zombie is odd, with its chunky guitars and people chanting, "Zombie, zombie." The most standout song in Nervous Party is Magic Time. When you follow along the beat, you realize that each bar has 6 beats instead of 4. The verse melody is an earworm as well as the strung-out sections in between the chorus and verse. In the last bridge, the backing vocals echo the main vocals and create this extremely satisfying harmony. Nervous Party is a fun time for everyone. I doubt you'll have trouble finding a song or two you'll enjoy. The biggest disappointment, however, is the astonishingly bland album cover. In August 2016, HINTO released their most recent full-length album, WC. WC is far from that sound that SHICC had set up. The distortion on Nervous Party was more pronounced than SHICC, but WC turns that up to like 11. This album lives and dies by its reliance on the pedals and distortion. The intro song Natasukashi Hito creates a sublime mood, much different from previous ventures. It crawls, creeps, and oozes with cold production and echoed guitars. It absolutely rules. The track Star uses this newfound sonic identity and fuses it with a more familiar song structure. The rest of the album follows suit. There's a funky guitar that sounds like a duck on Akuma no Mi. The vocals in Furin are very performative. Hana wo Kao is also a highlight on the album. I don't have much to say about WC. It's also extremely hard to find, being blocked on both Apple Music and Spotify, so if you want to listen to it, I would recommend using Pandora. In October 2017, HINTO released the 4-song EP Last Night. Summer Gazer and Night Chance fit snugly into Nervous Party's lineup. I personally think the overdrive is a bit annoying on the formerly mentioned Summer Gazer. Dream Death goes more metal, but lacks in the vocal department. I know Abe can yell sing, so why doesn't he on this track? Okay, the last song, Otona Love, came to me as a surprise, because from what I can tell, I shouldn't like the song, but I do. It gives some room for Abe to play around lyrically. Last Night is barely an EP in composition, more resembling a small collection of singles. If you want to find their music, both SHICC and Nervous Party are on YouTube's HINTO-Topic. Those albums are also available on Apple and Spotify. Chain Summer disappeared for a while, but seems to be available to stream again. Before I wrap things up, I want to suggest some more material if you want to know more about the band. HINTO has a nifty website with a bunch of resources, including their discography, photos, and lyrics. Once again, the YouTube channel Catfish Label is the home of their music videos and uploaded concerts. Thank you for watching. I don't have as much gusto as I did when I started this music overview series, so I'm sorry if this video wasn't as polished or detailed as my other videos. There are, of course, no other music overview videos on the way, so you'll have to wait until I find another band to deeply dive into.